A cup of coffee in the morning, and I get the paper. I check the headlines and decide that I am bored. I check my email and I decide to answer later. Another cup of coffee and I drag myself to work. My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep, and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Rochelle's Creations. So today I'm going to show you how you can make some creamy butternut squash linguine. It is super great, and I made it a couple weeks ago and posted a picture of it on my Tumblr, and a lot of people liked it and were kind of curious on how I made it. So I thought I would show you guys how to make that today. It's really great for fall because maybe you have some leftover squash since it's in season and there's a lot of it right now, and maybe you're getting tired of it because sometimes, you know, you get kind of squashed out, but this is a really creative way to use up some of that leftover squash. You can use other things besides butternut squash. You could use acorn squash, you could use delicata squash, whatever those are, you know, those long yellow ones with like the stripes. I saw some at Trader Joe's and those would work fine too. You could even use leftover like pumpkin puree or something like that, but that kind of defeats the purpose because it's more of a butternut squash type pasta. It's really good. It's probably my favorite pasta dish right now, so I hope you guys give it a go, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so I have the water boiling and I have added the linguine. This is half of the package of this linguine here, just normal plain wheat linguine. You can use whatever kind you like. You could even use any kind of pasta such as macaroni or penne or, I don't know, elbow or those little shell things, anything you want, even normal spaghetti. So not much instruction is needed for this, just, you know, cook the noodles. So I'll show you when that's done. Alright, so you want to cook your linguine until it's al dente, still a little bit crunchy because it's going to cook a little more once we add it to the sauce a little later. So you're just going to want to set that aside, and now we're going to work on the sauce. This sauce is going to be super easy to make. I've made it a couple times and it's really easy. So I have this pan here and I'm going to put it on medium heat, and then I have this butternut squash puree. This is about a cup and I'm going to use about half of this. Isn't it pretty? And I'm just going to add this into the pan. Okay, so now that I have this on the heat, I'm just going to stir it a little bit. Probably should turn it down just a bit. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of this soy creamer. You can totally use almond milk if you want. I am actually out of it right now, so I'm just going to use this creamer. But it would be perfectly fine to just use regular milk, but you really don't have to add any milk at all if you don't want to. It just adds to the flavor. Just going to stir this up. Sorry there's a shadow there. This lighting is not good in this video so far. I'm so sorry about that. Well, so we're just going to stir this up. And also, if you don't have butternut squash puree laying around, or you don't have a cooked butternut squash, if you happen to have a butternut squash soup, that works perfectly fine for this recipe. Just add this in and adjust the spices to your liking. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of thyme. That was a little more than a teaspoon, but it's okay. I'm going to add in some salt, and I'm going to add in some pepper. Okay. Alright, so I have stirred in all of the spices, and again, I'm sorry for that shadow there. It's a really rainy day today, and the light over there is not the best, but I added in all of the spices, and now I'm going to add in some of this vegan mozzarella cheese. This one is from Trader Joe's, and it is pretty delicious. I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup of this. And you do not have to add any sort of vegan cheese to this. If you wanted to keep this lower in fat, it tastes perfectly fine. You can even add a little bit of vegetable broth to give it good flavor and maybe some nutritional yeast. And you can keep this low fat if that's what you want to do. But it is super amazing if you choose to add the vegan mozzarella. Alright, so just stir that until it's nice and stirred in and combined. See how smooth that is? Alright, and now we're going to take our linguine and just toss it with this in the pan and it'll be done. Alright, so I'm just going to plop in this linguine and stir it up. Alright, so there you have it. I've been stirring it for a little bit. See how nice and creamy it is. It smells super, super good. The butternut squash has a really great nuttiness to it, and it works out quite nicely. So I'm just going to put this on a plate and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so I put about half of what I made on a plate so I could show you what it looks like. It is super creamy and delicious, and I really hope you guys try it. You can make as much as you want. Make sure you taste the sauce and make sure it has just enough spices and it's just the way you like it. The last time I made this, I put in a little bit of Italian tofurkey sausage, and that was pretty good. I just sliced it up and threw it in there, and it's pretty amazing. So, check it out. Yep, you should go make this right now. It's pretty awesome. Alright guys, let me know if you like this or if there's something else maybe you want me to make, and please like and subscribe and all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.